Hey guys, Garrett. I'm here today to go over a review of a fitness app called JEFIT. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's JEFIT. I think it's JEFIT. And compare that to the Dr. Muscle fitness app and more or less talk about if I think that JEFIT can really help a beginner or even someone intermediate improve in their fitness. So, a little background on myself. I have my master's in exercise science, my NSCA CSCS, my CISSN. I was a CrossFit coach. I've done strength sports for years. I've been actually going to the gym since I was 16, so that's over 20 years. So I've been around a lot. I've seen a lot of crap. I've seen a lot of good stuff. So I have a pretty good grasp on what works, what doesn't, and also kind of how the marketing, how fitness apps and magazines, trainers use marketing to display their product. So at its core, JEFIT is a database of exercises and programs. It also works as a workout tracker, and that it is what it is, right? I went through some of the reviews and I downloaded the app, and it's a huge database of exercises and programs. For example, just in the programs, it has like 2,000 programs, which is absolutely insane. And then it has over 1,400 different exercises. And so the real issue is, can these 2,000 programs and 1,400 exercises, 13, 14, I saw both, can they actually help you improve? When I start to assess that, things don't turn out the best. The fatal flaw of this type of an argument is, that more is better, and I don't know of any context of anything where more is better, right? Too many hands in the kitchen spoils the soup, right? That's everyone knows that, and this is true in the fitness industry. What works in strength and training is more or less, it's simple. You need to have this, and this. You don't need 2,000 different programs to work with. That's absolutely insane. The problem is that for a program to be the most effective, it needs these core principles. Once you start getting outside of these principles, your program starts to becoming less effective. And so after going through some of the programs that JEFIT offers, very few actually met the requirements of what I would say is an effective program. More discerning, as many of them were dangerous or just completely ineffective. For example, there are many programs that literally had people doing 9 sets of 5 deadlift and then 9 sets of 5 or 8 sets of 5 squat, or just these ridiculous amounts of volume. And not just volume, but volume with heavy weight. When you're working on the 5 rep range, you're in the 85% max, and that's an insane amount of volume. There are other exercises, programs where they completely bastardized effective programs, like 5-3-1 they use a lot, and 5x5. Like 5x5 is supposed to be simple, 6 exercises, 3 exercises a day in different formatting, 3 days a week. Easy. It works. It's basic. It's simple, and it's effective. They managed to take 5x5 and make like 20 different variations, turning it into like a 4, 5, 6-day program. Like a 6-day program is not 5x5 anymore. It's you stop calling it that, because that's not what it is. It's too much volume, too many exercises, and it's not going to work. Same thing with like 5-3-1. They had a 5-3-1 bodybuilder. Like 5-3-1 is a pure strength program. There are variants that you can use, but it had like a 5-3-1, and then it had one day with literally like 15 or 16 different arm exercises, which is, again, it's absolutely absurd. There's no reason for doing that many. It's you get to the point where something is effective, then it starts to lose effectiveness, and then it starts to actually hurt you. And a lot of these programs are actually on this end of the scale, where it's actually going to start hurting you and causing less gains. In addition, there were some issues with the exercise explanation in the videos that left a lot to be desired. A social aspect, which basically allows anyone to give their program, which is why they have 2,000 different programs. And there seems to be like no vetting process. And so it's more or less anyone can go in and say, hey, here's the program I do, check this out. And it's like going to your gym and asking just random people, what do they do? And so all that together, the programs, the exercises, and the social aspect, it comes down to the point where it does offer a lot. However, very little of it's good, a lot of it's bad, and then some of it's actually going to hurt you. Is it a database? Absolutely. Does it have a lot of options? Absolutely, and that's what it claims to be. So you can't fault them for that. Now, if you're someone who's a beginner or someone who wants a solid program that they can follow, that's going to guide them, is it going to work? No, I don't see that happening. Like, there's too many options. Even again, some of their elite and VIP programs kind of had those same issues where they just the programming principles that you want to see in a program were not there. So when it comes to what do I think about JEFIT, it's $6 a month. What do you expect for $6 a month? Yeah, it like I said, it is what it is. Just don't think that it's going to help you progress or anything like that. I would never recommend JEFIT. As a coach, if I'm going to recommend an app, I'm not going to recommend one that gives 2,000 different options. Right? I'm going to recommend an app that uses science to create a solid program based on the principles that I would want to see, and one that delivers a program designed for a person and then guides them through that. And that's something that like Dr. Muscle does. Dr. Muscle, in comparison, you go to Dr. Muscle, you tell them your age and training age and all this stuff. It gives you a specific program. Right? It doesn't give you a million different options. It says, okay, we've looked at what you need, and here's what you're going to do, much like a trainer. And then you do it, and then it helps you progress as you move along. So all in all, is JEFIT bad? It's a database. So how can a database be bad, right? It's a collection of thousands of exercises. So no, it's not bad. I just don't see it being useful for someone who's actually wanting to progress and grow. Dr. Muscle is way better. That's what I would go with for sure. Dr. Muscle is more or less, it's cliche, but it's a trainer in your pocket. The programs that Dr. Muscle issues are very similar to something that I would actually issue. So that's my review. Dr. Muscle is the way to go.